Hi collective, this is Miraclexistetarot channel, and I'm giving out blackout message. Actually, I might do a tarot on it. I did last night 3 times, and a very interesting thing came out that I need to put out in public, okay? Because maybe even police needs to know about this, okay? Well, or maybe they already knows. There is a love coach. This is a black guy, okay? And this love coach is a big fat liar, okay? Because he's telling every woman he's coaching how much he's loving and trying to help women out because of his mother, because of his sister, blah, 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 shit lies. And this is a man who is an energy vampire. Actually, he is not really human anymore, because I can see in his soul reptilians, okay? And well, there is succubus, incubus in his soul also, not just reptilians. He's a fucking mixed up demonic entities all over in his soul. His soul practically does not exist anymore. And this bitch is an energy vampire. Because of his work, he has access to women, and he can see straight away when somebody has a divine light, and focus on that person, make that person believe, make that woman believe that he fall in love with that person, that he is his spiritual partner. And after, he does energy harvesting on that person, okay? This is what he does for a living, okay? And he is really well paid for this, because, well, I won't get into this because the reading is not about this. It just, women should be careful with this man, okay? Because this is a liar, this is a manipulator, and he does lots of spiritual work to trap his victims, because he likes high-grade divine feminine, okay? The problem is that what I could get out from the cards, that he has a twin flame. And this twin flame woman is a white woman, okay? And very, very talented, with lots of gifts. And he knows this really well. So it's been a long time he's doing lots of energetic manipulation on this divine feminine to try to get everything what is hers. Because he is, this black guy is a pervert narcissistic, and he thinks he can have everything from this divine feminine because she is his twin flame, okay? And the problem is that at every lifetime he fucked up somehow divine feminine. But this lifetime, this role is fucking reversed. Well, I had another download about a Jamaican black voodoo witch. This is the girlfriend of this black practitioner. Because this is not really a love coach, huh? This is just a cover. How shall I put this? It's like a mask on him so he can trap his victims. This is not a love coach. This is a spiritual practitioner and a professional liar, okay? And he works with this shitty asshole Jamaican voodoo witch. And this voodoo witch thinks that she is fucking powerful. Actually, I saw in spirit there is 4 fetish in practitioner rooms she has, and there is dark energies, I think this energy is a bit like genes. These are demonic energies who's coming out during the practice from the fetish and entering in a soul of the woman when he's doing this voodoo spiritual practice, okay? This is an evil person. This is an evil person because in New Orleans, there is an oracle who is a voodoo. Her religion is a voodoo. But she is a divine person because she's helping people, healing people. And certainly she has a practice where she helps people to come out from this effect of voodoo witchcraft. So you need to understand, who listen, voodoo witch is not something like, how shall I put this? Voodoo is a religion, okay? And in this religion, the members call upon the power of their ancestors. And because these ancestors are African origin, a white person can't be a voodoo, okay? Only a black person, because their ancestors give them power, okay? Well, what I can see, this Jamaican woman, practically all these ancestors, voodoo ancestors, are hitting on her. Okay, because she is so twisted and so unbalanced spiritually that the African ancestors do not want to work with her anymore, because she is really not like the others, okay? But much worse. She made alliances with spiritual beings that the African ancestors are not okay with, okay? So what's happening is she had to have some energy, some power, so she made alliance with these. I never seen this type of entities before. So because they come out of a statue or a fetish, so I can compare it to genes, okay? But these are fucking evil entities. These are not... anyway, I won't get into this, but these entities, spirits, comes out of this fetish and go inside the soul of this practitioner, voodoo practitioner. So this love coach is working with this practitioner who does a voodoo magic practically every day on divine feminine. Okay, all kind of voodoo magic. So I could see that voodoo doll is just a really little thing, huh? Because there is many skull candles. I can see many genital part candles, many different human body part candles, and it's not just candle magic she does, but I can see working with animal parts and blood, and well, often there is hundreds and hundreds of photos of divine feminine that she has in her drawer in her office, and she uses it in heavy rituals, okay, these photos. What she wants is an energy transfer for her and for this love coach. They want to profit and live on divine feminine energy. They want to harvest her regularly. But they really fucked up. They really, really fucked up. Because there comes again, all my reading fits together. What I can see is this divine feminine, the body she has, it's a hybrid body, okay? She is human, but there is a mixture of Pleiadian and Dracodian's DNA in her, with human DNA. She is a kind of DNA experience that was done in the past, okay? And this divine feminine got, top of that, an earth angel soul in this body, okay? And top of that, this idiot black love coach didn't realize, or maybe they realized, but they use it for the wrong reason. Actually, that's what the card showed me, and I was really shocked. I was surprised that there is a twin flame connection between the two. But the problem is that this love coach guy is totally evil. So there is no good. He is like a level of a clone, because his soul is totally disappeared, his human soul. So what I can see, this reptilian energy takes over inside him. This is a guy who can't really, who is without really emotions. And that is really like reptilians, okay? It has nothing to do with spiritual practice that he wants to balance himself out. Well, there is one way how you can bring out the reptilian nature in people, if there is reptilians in it, because they are really similar to pervert narcissistic nature, and you can piss them off so much that this hate will come out and it will be evident for you. They will behave like a pervert narcissistic, and they do not have, I don't want to say that every pervert narcissistic is a reptilian, okay? I'm not. But when there is no more human soul in somebody, and the person transforms and gives this human vessel to these reptilians so they can control it, the one thing, if you are not capable, not given to be able to see spiritually who they are, then you just need to piss them off, okay? They are really egocentric and narcissistic. So after you study who are narcissistic people, it's really easy to piss them off, because they are really hateful creatures. They hate humanity, and they hate everybody who does not go under their power. The problem that you need to understand in a spiritual realms, that reptilians are slaves of a higher race, okay? And these higher race are draconians. They are a royal race. So reptilians has to bind before draconians, because they are royal. They are royal-blooded draconians. Do you understand? So that there is a hierarchy, and the reptilians are in the bottom. So do you understand what's going on, guys? Because the body of divine feminine, and because of genetic makeup, this divine feminine has power over evil, and she can be the same time devil, not devil, but divine, and work with angels and souls. Do you understand what I'm saying? This woman is given power over reptilians. She was created, genetically designed, so she could bring down reptilian empires, reptilian organizations, and she was designed not to be afraid of them. Because I'm telling you, if you are normal human beings without this spiritual backup, without this power, you try to defeat the reptilians, you will die. Because reptilians are extremely powerful over human. Actually, they are feed on human souls. So you need to be careful. Don't, after my reading, don't start attacking reptilians, okay? Because you will be fucked up. But what you need to know, that this divine feminine was created, and her earth angel soul was put into this powerful body and reunited with it, because she has a purpose, a life purpose. First of all, to liberate people from the power of reptilians, and a second, to destroy the human organizations, usually secret organizations and occult organizations, that were created by these reptilians. It is really important that divine feminine steps into her power in this lifetime and now. Actually, she is already in her power. They can't do anything against her. Because it has a connection with 5 days shifting. I already explained that there is a kind of spiritual war going against this 5 day shifting, because it is evident that reptilians do not want that, because they lose their food stock, okay? These reptilians already stopped this shifting in the 60s. But now, there is something really different is going on with Earth. Because every 250,000 years, I'm sure I'm saying the right thing, I hope. Or 25,000, maybe not 250,000, 25,000 years. The Earth is going through a spiritual shifting, okay? And now we live in the age of Aquarius, and it's always the age of Aquarius when this shifting is happening. And the Earth has to shift. So the reptilians can't really stop it. But what they can do is pull back divine feminine and divine masculine, so they won't be able to shift. Do you understand? So they become karmic or stay karmic. So the secret is really there. And the shifting will happen. It will happen. Nobody can stop it, because it is, we are in the age of Aquarius. Nobody can reverse that. Nobody can change that. So the 5 day shifting has to happen. But the dark energies on Earth fighting to keep back as many humans as possible from shifting and going on 5 day. Do you understand, divine feminine, divine masculine out there? So divine feminine with this reptilian, and actually no, she has no reptilian in her, but draconian and Pleiadian origin, mixed with human genes, has a huge importance to protect divine feminine and divine masculine in this process. And she is not the only one. Actually, there is a group of people who were created like this divine feminine from the beginning, and they are placed exactly this time on Earth to support the 5 day shifting by protecting divine feminine and divine masculine and attacking and destroying reptilian organizations. So their destiny is extremely, but extremely important, because reptilians usually has a huge financial background, source, ground, all these people a huge financial background also. So if you are one of these person and you are still in poverty, you didn't step into your power, there will be a breakthrough in your life when financial blessing will flow into your life, because source does not want you to worry about money, because the job you have to do has so much importance that you shouldn't be bothered by 3D earthly shits. And then it comes in that some karmic having a heart attack and plotting against divine feminine to stop these blessings coming in her life, because they are jealous, because they want to have her position. Honey, you can't have her position. Even if you have a gene therapy, you can't. You can't, but because it's not just genetic. It's not just genetic. There is such a composition that put together that you can't copy, you can't steal, you can't begum. Do you understand? And you can't stop the abundance neither, because this is a necessary step in the fight what they have to lead, and source will back them up much more. They worth this type of divine feminine and divine masculine, they has a spiritual worth more than even 1 million human. It's not because they are special. It's because the job they need to do, and they were created, genetically even designed, to be able to do this job what source wants them to do. And now, not the next lifetime. Oh no, honey, it's not you decide. Just because you are worried about a fucking dick that you are fancy because the money is attached to this dick. Are you kidding? You have no importance in this case because you do not understand anything in it. All divine feminine, divine masculine who is chosen for this type of work is genetically designed for it, and they have an earth neutral, earth angel soul reunited with their body. All of them is like this divine feminine. And there are many of them on this earth. They are all awakened already. And many of them step into their power and bringing these reptilian organizations down. So they could not hurt more divine beings. That's why 2023 justice, the spirit of justice is coming upon on karmic people, and they're so fucking desperate with all alchemists, dark alchemist power, trying to transform bad karma, bad chance, everything that turned really bad in their life, they're trying to transfer on divine feminine and divine masculine. This energy swapping, energy transfer, bad karma transfer is going all over the world. And guess what? There is a spiritual army specialized, and actually they are working with these earth angel, neutral earth angel energies with this genetic body, who turning all those shits back. So whenever they start the spiritual process on divine feminine and divine masculine, these armies step in spiritually and fight back and swap back this energy, swap back the bad karma. Do you understand? There is a huge movement all around the globe, and protection on divine feminine and divine masculine are growing day by each day. And these divine feminine and divine masculine, who are earth and neutral earth angel with this genetically modified, not modified, but hybrid body, they are destroying everywhere in the world, secret organizations who are led by these reptilians. Okay, so this is a download I got, and I might do a tarot reading on it because last night I did, but my telephone stopped. I didn't have more battery, and Also, it was, I didn't notice it, so I missed most of the reading, okay? So I didn't put it up. But what came out, what is really shocked me, that there is a twin flame connection between these two persons, this love coach and this divine feminine. And that's really, really shocked me. The twin flame card came out 6 times. 6 times. And it was not in a context of collaboration, but definitely twin flame connection. So this is another example. You just can't reunite the twin flames. Do you understand? Because one of the twin flame is extremely evil, and the other twin flame is practically in love with Source, with God, and serving God with all of her heart, all of her soul. And it's been many lifetimes that she's doing that. And she is extremely blessed. Actually, in many lifetimes, Source prepared this divine feminine for this job, what she's doing right now. So that's why there is no karmic copycat who can steal her destiny, steal her gifts, and step into her life, her power, because it's impossible. You can't do it. Even if you do gene therapy on yourself and modify your own gene, you won't be able to take it. Do you understand? You won't be, because your soul, nothing like hers. And after these people, these copycats trying to steal her essence, her soul, you know, kind of swap again. They want to swap everything. They're very idiots, but doesn't matter. They will learn. You can't. You can't, 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 and you can't. Because it's more complex than taking somebody's soul. You can't. On top of that, because of the importance of their calling, this divine feminine is so much protected. I'm telling you, every day, more and more spiritual beings coming, and not just spiritual beings, but entities who can materialize in a free day, coming to protect her. I can see entities from other planets, and she's not the only one. She's not the only one. The attack is extremely huge on divine feminine. And because of that, the protection is huge also. They are all kind of entities, dark entities, trying to attack the divine feminine and profit from her power. Because her power is so precious that everybody wants to have it, okay? So you need to see that there is lots of energy who is spiritual gifts that is attached practically to her soul. You can't take these gifts away. You can try to take some smaller gifts, but in a moment when you do, it will be stolen back from you. And divine feminine doesn't even have to lift up her little finger. There is a huge spiritual army making sure that this divine feminine is not harmed and not losing anything that Source give her to fulfill her purpose. Do you understand? You're practically attacking Source himself, because what Source is using, these neutral earth angels who were put in this genetically prepared body, is using these humans, because at the end these are humans, even if they are hybrids, but they act as an avatar for God and Source energy to come on earth to protect the divine feminine and divine masculine globally. So the 5-day shifting could go without problem, with as much as human soul as possible. So this is what's going on. And when you karmic bitches, you fighting over money and man, and want to take out divine feminine with this background, with this spiritual power, you need to understand this is a battle that you can't win. Not because divine feminine is so powerful and so special and so better than you. It's because the purpose she has to fill up, you can't stop. You can't. You can't. Do you understand? You can't. Spirit won't let that happen. Spirit won't let that happen because this divine feminine who is already actually stepping into her power, and she will do the job she has to do. Do you understand? And her job is not only to bring down these dark entities and these organizations. You need to understand the chosen ones will shift into 5-day first to prepare everything. And after all, divine feminine, divine masculine will follow. So these neutral earth angel, they will bring more and more awakening on this planet. And they will go and fight for human souls. Do you understand? I mean, on a 3-day level, not physical fight I'm talking about, but spiritually. So these divine feminine, divine masculine earth angels, when they awaken for their work, they go through so much troubles and so much dark night of the soul, because they have to develop, they have to bring out this power to be able to fight for other peoples. And for that, the first training is to fight for themselves. And when they become powerful, fighting for themselves, then they will be able to step out and fight for other divine feminine, divine masculine around them. Spiritually, I'm talking about the fight before you start running to the police and telling that this divine feminine who is talking to you is aggressive and attacking you because you are delusional and you forget to take, honey, your psychiatric medication. Okay? Take your medication first before you go to the police and start pressing charges against me. Okay? You need to take a psychiatric medication that was given to you to keep you in reality from your delusions. Okay? Because you will have a serious problem. You running to the justice system with lies against me. I'm telling you, you will have a serious legal problem. You have to stop doing this. Anyway. This divine feminine. The problem is that this karmic feminine thinks the divine feminine is like her. Because this karmic feminine is incapable to love. They love themselves. They love power. They love money. They love when people worshipping them. They want to control people's life. Divine feminine does not want to do any of this. Divine feminine want everybody to grab their divinity, to be awakened and being free. Divine feminine do not want to be a practitioner who will live on you and take your money regularly away. Once you pay divine feminine as a spiritual practitioner, she will teach you how to stand on your own feet, so you don't have to run to practitioners every 2 weeks and spend half of your salary on them. Divine feminine wants to give freedom to divine feminine and divine masculine who need spiritual helps from spiritual worker, so they could step into their own power, so they don't have to run every time for a spiritual worker when they have an attack. You are different because you want to live. You need to understand some spiritual worker are manipulating their clients so they can get out more and more money from them. They do not understand that what we should do with divine people is to heal them, teach them how to resist, because that's why we were sent on this earth, okay? After every spiritual practitioner afraid to lose clients, okay? Because when you lose clients, you don't have salary, you don't have money. So many of them are manipulating. You can shift into other practice. Spirit can show you. And many of you has the gifts of spiritual teaching, because you can be guidance for these people later on, and they can come to you for not help for a spiritual attack, but for example, to ask you to have to develop their gifts. Okay, this is just an example. You need to understand your practice needs to grow, your vision has to change, how to support divine feminine and divine masculine, because what we need to do to teach them to be able to resist basic spiritual attacks. Do you understand? And I know that in your human thinking, if you teach them, they won't come to you, but they will come with something else. Do you understand that your practice needs to be in evolution, just like you, and move with all this shifting, okay? Just imagine, what will you do in a 5-day world? Because you know, there won't be any more reptilians, there won't be any more karmics. So how do you live from your practice? So you need to shift also your practice and your spiritual approach to your clients. I'm talking here to divine spiritual workers, okay? Not karmic ones, because karmic ones stays here, but they will be fucked up also, because they won't have any work, because when you don't have any divine person to ruin, the practice will be ruined also. Anyway, so this karmic bitch, my message is, well, sorry, I had to give this message because in my town where I live, there is some woman who's really pissed off with me. Not just woman, actually it's a couple. Not just one, but many of them, they're hating me. There was a period of time they wanted to burn me, because they say that I'm a witch, so they need to burn me. I received many threatening emails and also comments at this time. And what they're doing is going every time to the police and lying about me. Okay, but me, I don't have connection to this reading. What I'm doing is totally independent. Okay, before somebody is try to make the links. Oh, okay. So it just I can feel this feminine, karmic feminine energy from my community. And the people in the community needs to know this woman needs to take medication for her psychological state, to be able to be stable, being able to be around other humans. Okay, and she does not do it. She does not taking this medication. And after running to the police and lying about me, actually setting up certain things that she's doing, not me. And after going to the police, lying that it was me. Okay? This is a very dangerous game. Because if somebody can prove that you're lying, you can go to prison for that. Do you understand? So you need to stop doing this. You need to grow up, because you are behaving like a child in an adult body, and this is very dangerous, because in an adult life there are restrictions, there are rules, orders, and you just playing with them like you have a power, and you don't have a power. Do you understand? You do not have a power. That's mean you play until one day you will fall, and you will fall a lot, because you respect nothing and nobody. You manipulate. Excuse me, guys. I had to talk to this energy. So, I get back to these earth angels, neutral earth angels on earth. So what I was telling, that divine practitioners, you need to change your practice. You need to shift your practice also, because this change will cause that your practice has to work in a different way. If not, you won't have any clients. Do you understand? Because when you will go with divine feminines and divine masculine in a 5-day, there is no karmics, okay? So what kind of practice will you do there? So you need to think about, search your spiritual team and start already working on this. And I can see many of these practitioners has a gift for teaching, spiritual teaching. So you can coach divine feminine and divine masculine, and source will give you wisdom about universe, how everything really works. Because in 5-day, we will have, each of us will have powers that we can't even imagine on 3-day, okay? And these powers needs to be used respectfully. These powers needs to be used for creating good things, okay? And you will be practitioners in this world, a kind of like a police, okay? Who a police or teacher together, somebody who will teach divine feminine, divine masculine, how to create good things and not to fall into traps, okay? Or you just discuss with your spiritual team, but you will need to shift your practice also on a higher level. And on this higher level, the practice, what you do, won't be necessary. There won't be people who will need it. Do you understand? And this shifting for spiritual practitioner has to happen also. So I get back to this divine feminine and this love coach. Well, for the love coach is, he's going down. I don't care how much now he thinks he's triumphing, because he will be taken out. He went too far, okay? And this lifetime, he has no destiny to kill the divine feminine and take everything away from her like he did in last lifetimes. Actually, these last lifetimes, Source was using this evil twin flame to make divine feminine stronger and resistible. So now this divine feminine spiritually has such a stamina that it's indestructible. But these twin flame guy, love coach, thinks he can take divine feminine out this lifetime also, like the other lifetimes. He can't, okay? He can't, because this is the lifetime that everything was prepared for. Do you understand? So now it's your turn to be taken out, and not by divine feminine, but by Source, okay? And you will be taken out. I don't care how much you think you are victorious over divine feminine when you are not, because everything was planned. If you were capable to approach divine feminine, to touch divine feminine, to harvest divine feminine, it's because divine feminine let you to do it, and she did let you to do it for a specific purpose. And that is none of your fucking business. Okay? I'm talking to this love coach because I'm sure he's listening, not your divine feminine. Please, divine masculine, divine feminine, when you listen my readings or my energetic updates or intuitive messages, when I talk like this, it's because so many karmic people watching my videos that their energy is overwhelming. And I have to put them right in their place. Because you need to understand these karmic people, what they do when they watch a tarot reader or watch a intuitive reader, they pull on them energetically, okay? And they try to suck off their divinity, their divine energy. So that's why karmic people coming to watch tarot readings and spiritual channels, because they want to feed off the spiritual energy of the person who is talking on the videos. Now, I have protection on my videos, I have protection on me, but sometimes I have to talk out, and unfortunately, excuse me, I have hiccup. I have to talk out very often to these karmic energies to break this pulling on. Do you understand? Because they think they are not noticed. They are noticed. I know all you, who you are. I even know names. Some of them I can even see your soul. Many of them don't have any. But I have to talk out because I have to put them on their right place when they're listening my videos. So they know they can't pull on me and on my videos, okay? So I overtake their energy straight away in seconds. And they need to be conscious of that they can't come on my channel and play with my energy or play with my readings. Because this is not that kind of channel, and also I'm not a person to play with. Well, for the divine feminine and divine masculine, I have so deep love for you all. And the only things what I want to do is to help you to grow and help you understand spiritually what's going around you. And I want you to be victorious and not a loser. Do you understand? I want you to be victorious spiritually. I want you not to be able to be attacked by these bitches, but being victorious when there is a spiritual attack on you, and in the same time stay in divine love, grow, and get aligned with your higher self to be ready to shift, okay? That's what I want from my divine feminine and divine masculine who's coming here. I'm not better than you. I'm not placing over yourself. I do not want to play guru kind of shits that many tarot readers plays. If I say we have a spirit tribe where we are equal, all of us, and move on and learn together, okay? So that is my message for divine masculine and divine feminine who's watching me. And I'm sorry, I will really talk to you also much more often, because I have impression they feel neglected. So they come for information time to time on my channel, and after just disappear because they feel neglected. They feel I'm just talking to this karmic energy. I'm obliged because there are so many of them trying to overtake my readings and trying to overtake my intuitive message that I have to call them out, okay? And many tarot readers says, oh, we just focus on positive. We just focus on positive because that's their calling. On this channel, I want you to see the spiritual reality, to be able to develop a spiritual stamina, to be able to, how shall I put this, keep your own energy. Because when you are just focusing on divine love, these reptilian energy vampires comes in and take your manifestations and take your divine energy after you get left with nothing, and you have to rebuild yourself again. And guess what? When you rebuild yourself, they come back and they take again everything from you. You are divine feminine and divine masculine, and you are made, you have the capacity to resist these people, fight them back, to protect your own energy. Do you understand? So they can't live on it, they can't feed on it. Because right now, many divine feminine, divine masculine, like a chicken. What does it mean? These reptilians make you pond how do you say, pond eggs, okay? And the eggs is your divine energy. And when you have the divine energy in full power, they come, they harvest it and leave you with nothing. So it's like a chicken, you take the eggs away, and after the chicken will lay eggs again. Pardon, it's not pond, it's French words. So when chicken lay eggs, we take those eggs away, and we wait for the next eggs to come. Well, that's what reptilians do with you, divine feminine and divine masculine. They harvest you regularly, your spiritual growings, and feed on you, okay? You are the food for them. And when, if you fall back, you become karmic, or you don't have any more divine energy, it's like a chicken who can't lay more eggs. They will cut your head off and cook you and eat you. So they will feed or finish you up. Do you understand? Do you understand, divine feminine? What I'm saying, divine feminine, divine masculine out there. Don't be a chicken. Don't be a chicken. Don't feed reptilians. I told many times in my readings, in my intuitive messages, that you need to do like in the Bible. There was a time when Israelites in Jerusalem had been destroyed. The wall of the city has been destroyed, and was some Israelites returned to Jerusalem because it was totally destroyed, because that was the message from God. They need to return and rebuild the city. And while they were building the city, they had to protect the city, Jerusalem, from enemies, because the enemies didn't stop attacking them. You understand? So they were a group of people who were doing the masonry, how do you say, the building the walls, and all the building inside Jerusalem that needs to be, built up. And the other people were fighting the enemies who were trying to come in and destroy again everything what they trying to build up. So imagine that you are like Jerusalem. Because when you are awakened, it's just the beginning of something that you need to develop and build up. Do you understand? You need to build up your soul. You have to build up your divinity, your energy, your gifts. You need to work on your gifts. You need to pass tests. So you need to build up yourself on a higher and higher level. So finally you could be aligned with your divine higher self, and in our days to be able to shift on a 5D, okay? And for that, you have to do like Israelites did in Jerusalem. And that is to protect yourself and build up yourself spiritually. And for building up spiritually yourself, yes, you have to focus on the positive. But protecting yourself, honey, you need to have a knowledge how karmics works, how reptilians works, how do they harvest you, how do they make you into chicken and feed on you, so you can stop that and you can protect your energy. Because if you don't have all your divine energy, what you gonna build your empire and your Jerusalem up without energy? You can't. And this karmic knows that. That's why they're doing it. That's why they are doing it. The problem is that these karmic people do not understand that they don't gain any power. These karmic people think that evil dark energies work like source and God. Okay? The problem is that they don't work like God or source. They work totally differently. When you start giving in to a negative energy, for example, when you do this energy harvesting ritual, I mean spiritual energy harvesting ritual, so you would become an energy vampire, and you're fucking proud of it, because these practitioners are bragging about their victims between each other. Actually, some victims there's like a race. There's like many of them wants to have that victim, and there's a fight going for that victim. Do you understand? These are really idiot people and naive and without any brain and soul. So when you get initiated into a group like that, you start giving away your soul. You do not realize that these reptilian entities practically feed off not just the divine energy you stole from divine people, no honey, but your own soul. What you're doing is giving them free will, your own soul, little by little. Because if they would take it all in whole straight away, you wouldn't let that happen, because you would notice it. So what they do every time when they pay you with money, or they give you a spiritual gift in gimme, you pay with your soul, a fragment of your soul, and they take it. And they take it and they feed on it. Do you understand? So at the end, your human vessel will be empty without your soul. Your soul will be destroyed. And this human vessel, what you have, you call body, will be possessed by a reptilian entity or any other kind of entities. Now, Spirit showing me many, I'm learning a lot actually. There are some species called the snake men. These are humanoids who can turn into snakes. And they are a bit like reptilians, okay? And I'm learning now about them. And you need to understand that there are many entities who are not just spiritual, but they can manifest well in 3D. They do not like humans, okay? They are not friends of humanity. Actually, they are feeding on humanity, our energy, okay? So it's really important you understand what I'm talking about, divine feminine, divine masculine, because once you understand what's going on, you can fight it, you can identify. The problem is that most divine feminine, divine masculine can't identify this enemy. So when tarot readers like me, we try to educate people about this, they say this is a low vibrational tarot reader because talking about negative things. Honey, if you don't talk about negative things, you won't be able to identify your enemy. And I'm telling you, you have to do like Israelites did in Jerusalem. Protect yourself and build yourself up. And two things, you have to do it in the same time. That is really fucking difficult. It's not an easy task. That's why you have to learn. You have to have a knowledge, at least to recognize your enemies. Do you understand? Because your enemy, spiritually talking, they are not honest, okay? So they will operate in the background, so you can't see them. They would be idiot to come front of you, brave, and like, oh, I take you out, because you are divine, you have power, and they can't. They know they can't. So they have to be sneaky. They have to go behind your back. They have to do all kind of spiritual act in the darkness, hiding, so you don't recognize who is the enemy and who is not. Do you understand, divine feminine, divine masculine, what I'm talking about? You can't go and love and give lots of divine love to a clone. I call them clone. Maybe this is not the clone that most tarot reader is talking about, but when some karmic lose their soul, and their soul is not in a human body, but it's an entity who's living inside, excuse me, that is not a human being anymore. You understand what I'm talking about? That person, you can show as much divine love as much you want, because most of the time that entity does not even capable to express human emotions. This is one of the main symptoms of those karmic people who become clones. Excuse me. That they don't have emotions, only anger. They might get anger, but they are incapable to smile, or even they smile, it's spiteful. And they are incapable to be happy. They are incapable to express emotions that could raise your vibration. Do you understand? These clone bodies with entities inside, they are incapable to express positive human emotions that could raise your vibration. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Did you get it? Divine feminine, divine masculine. This is the main symptom. And they say, oh, I'm spiritual. This is a hermetic practice. I balance out my emotions. Honey, they don't even have positive emotions, okay? They don't have any positive emotions. They have nothing to balance out. They have just hate and anger. They don't need to balance that out because they don't have any other things, because they are not humans anymore. Do you understand? And to a person like that, you can't put the seed of divine love in their soul because they have no more soul. You're wasting your divine love, the seed of divine love, because that person will never be awakened. Do you understand? Divine feminine, divine masculine, you need to understand that you can't put divine love and a seed of divine love in karmic people who are not human anymore. But there is an entity who's living in them, or many. Because you can't. They will never be awakened. It's practically wasted energy, wasted divine love, wasted seed. And it can be potentially dangerous for you because they will get closer and closer to you. And finally, with many betrayers, they will destroy you. You have to do like Israelites did with Jerusalem, in Jerusalem. build your walls. So all the wonderful buildings inside the walls, the life, could grow and flourish. But in the same time, you have to fight for your freedom. You have to fight to protect, be able to protect it. Do you understand? Excuse me. I really have a hiccup. It is really important that you understand what I'm saying. And these divine feminine, divine masculine, I was talking about, who's a neutral earth angel and have this calling to protect divine feminine and divine masculine globally, will help you with this, because souls can see that many of divine beings don't get this. Okay, we need to talk about this. We need to educate divine feminine and divine masculine so they understand that they have to develop a balance, that you are capable to keep your high vibration, but in the same time recognize your enemies and protect yourself from them. I'm not saying to attack them spiritually, because your spirit team will do that for you. Okay? Spiritually, you have help to send out and let them to do the job, because you can't. Okay? That will lower your vibration. Okay? But protecting yourself, recognizing the enemies, refusing to giving your energy freely to these vampires, will be a protection system that will ensure your spiritual growings. You understand what I'm talking about here? Divine feminine and divine masculine. This is extremely important for you to grow and get on higher level if you are attacked by these individuals. Okay? And be honest, 85% of divine feminine, divine masculine goes through a kind of spiritual attacks the first few years of their divine life, when you get awakened after. Do you understand? Right. So this love coach will be taken out, because he's hoping now he will grow spiritually. All of his gifts will be taken away from him. All of his gifts will be taken away from him, and he will be taken out, because he has no right to touch this divine feminine because of her purpose. And he's idiot, he can't see all this what I was talking about. He is seeing just himself and his wishes, that he wants to be powerful. He is a pervert narcissist, and as I told you, he almost lost all of his soul. Actually, divine feminine let this guy close to her, because was hoping maybe she can turn him back to divine. Do you understand? Because maybe it's possible. Maybe there is some soul fragment still left in him. But because this guy didn't stop energy harvesting the divine feminine and didn't show any sign that this soul still exists in him, divine feminine let the whole thing go. Okay, I think divine feminine did everything what she could to save her twin flame, and the twin flame didn't want it to be saved. The twin flame wanted to control divine feminine and take everything away from her. And that divine feminine can't let that happen, because she has to go to work for source. She has to do her job, and it's impossible when an evil person like that always sucking your energy away. And this guy was planning to do that, to build up an empire with the energy of the divine feminine. And when the total soul transfer is happened, actually, I think he realized he has no more soul. So what was trying to do is steal the soul of the divine feminine, so he could become divine again. It does not work like that, because these reptilian and other kind of entities, because it's not just reptilian that is in his body, but other entities. First of all, he needs to have a huge exorcism to get these shits out. Right now, if he will have this exorcism, his body will die, because there won't be any human soul in it to keep it alive. Do you understand? So how did he think? I don't know. Because if he could, but he can't, if he could steal the soul of the divine feminine, the soul of the divine feminine is so powerful and divine, they won't get on with these dark entities that is inside him. And it will cause such a fight that he won't be able to handle. So it's possible that the vessel will die because of that. So whatever he does, it is impossible to do what he wanted to do with divine feminine. But because he's still thinking of destroying divine feminine, he's not giving up. So we'll sweep him away from the way. Because the way of divine feminine, the path of divine feminine, she has to walk. This twin flame, evil twin flame, is a destruction. Actually, this is not your twin flame anymore, divine feminine. This is the body vessel of your twin flame in this lifetime with dark entities inside. This person will never get awakened and reunite with you. Do you understand? But I think you're realizing that. And that's why you walked away. And that's why Spirit is... You passed the test, okay? After, this divine feminine needed the DNA of this guy also. This guy took the DNA, the divine feminine also. But his DNA has been taken also. And I can't talk about this, but these earth angels are creating things with this DNA to fight reptilians and to use it for protecting divine feminine, divine masculine, to be able to shift. So it was necessary that this guy could come close to this divine feminine, and this divine feminine agreed to do this sacrifice. It's not just that this spiritual practitioner decided that he comes in and he's so fucking talented and powerful. No. If divine feminine didn't want it to use you, I'm sorry, this is really bad word, but that's what happened. You think you used divine feminine, in reality it's divine feminine who used you. And if she didn't want it to use you for divine purposes, you will never approach this woman. Do you understand? You will never have the chance to go in her apartment or her house and spend a few months with her. Do you understand? If she let that happen because she wanted something from you spiritually or even from your physical body, and that has a reason, a divine reason, okay? Anyway, you need to understand that some earth angels, especially the neutral ones, they have a power to negotiate. They have a power to work with dark entities and divine entities. Do you understand? I mean here dark entities. I don't want to get in this because lots of divine feminine masculine can't understand what I'm talking about. But this is for a divine purpose, to protect divine feminine and divine masculine all over the world. Do you understand? And for that, because they are in a way neutral, they do all kind of stuff they can get away with because it is for this work to protect divine feminine, divine masculine, so they don't have to do such a thing. You can take it, well, it's not like that dirty work, because it's not dirty work, but if you divine feminine, you try to do the same thing than this divine feminine, this neutral earth angel, you won't get away with it. Because the bad karma will bust your fucking ass straight away. She will not get away with it. She has the power to be able to do it, because she needs to do it in a state of establishing this protection system and doing the work for source, so that divine feminine and divine masculine would be protected. This is their work. Do you understand? This is what they were created for. They can have contact with negative entities, and negative entities can possess their body. Do you understand? Why, if you do contact the negative entities, your body will be possessed and you will become karmic and lose your soul. That is the difference, honey. That's why you can't become her. You don't have. You just can't. It's too complex. You can't embody this person. You can't clone this person. You can't become her. Because it's so complex and complicated the way she is. And there are many divine feminine, divine masculine like her, that you can't. And you can't do the same things because you can't get away with it spiritually. You will be destroyed. Why? She will have no problem at all, because she was created. She was made to this work. You were not. This is what people need to understand, that you can't do the same thing that a neutral earth angel does, because you don't have the same power. You have different power. You have to walk on your path. You have to be like every divine feminine and divine masculine. Raise your vibration, build yourself up, align yourself with your higher self, and protect yourself from attacks. And work with your spirit team, who will go out and fight for you. It's not you fight. Do you understand? Neutral earth angels are different. They can go out and fight. And they won't get harmed. Do you understand? Because that is their job. That is their work. And they get this job to protect you. And you're growing. And they will awaken you. And they will protect your awakening. They will protect you when you go through the dark night of the soul. They have a different function why they were created than you are, or you have. Divine feminine, divine masculine. So please, 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 please do not judge neutral earth angels, and certainly do not think that there is competition between you and them, and you have to be more powerful, more divine than she is. You have a different role. And actually, she is here on earth for you, to support you, to protect you, to fight for you. In your eyes, she might look like, oh, she's shining too bright, she's too much. Honey, she's too much, and she's shining too bright, because every divine feminine and divine masculine has to notice her who needs her help. Do you understand? It's not about a competition. It's not about who is more divine. It's about to work together to raise the vibration and also the global consciousness. Do you understand the big picture? Can you see the big picture? Just because somebody is divine feminine and divine masculine doesn't mean they don't have their ego. They don't have their shadow side. And shadow side is when you get jealous that the other divine person is more shiny, or they getting more success than you have, or more gifts. And it's a very dangerous era, because if you step in it, you can fall back on a karmic level, honey. And that's what you do not want to do. I'm talking about this. You need to understand. We work together. We work for each other. Do you understand? You have a different role than this divine feminine. Well, this is my intuitive message for you all, divine feminine, divine masculine. And also, I think for this love coach is clarified who is he and what he can do and what he can't. It will be really difficult for him. He will be probably in a rage when he will listen this. But justice will be served. And nothing, but absolutely nothing, will go on a way as you planned, dear love coach. But everything will go on a way as Source planned it. And you can't do anything against it. Do you understand? What will you do? You did already hundreds of not love spells, or so you did, so you could approach the divine feminine, but you did hundreds of death spells on this divine feminine and her children. You did. You think the divine feminine does not know that? She does. You were paid to do it. You did rituals with her blood, with her all kind of body liquids that you could get. When you cooked for her, you put all kind of shit in it, so she would eat it up so you could control her more. Nothing worked. Nothing worked. So what you gonna do now? What you gonna do now that even the blood that you stole from her does not make your rituals effective? So tell me, what you gonna do? These are really insolent reptilians inside him, because they do not have a right to go against divine feminine, because that divine feminine with the draconian chain is at a higher level than they are. Actually, they should bind their knees in front of her, because she is coming from a royal family. Do you understand? And this is a rebel dark entity in this twin flame body that is not willing to bind. As you can see on the photo, divine feminine will bind her knees only in front of Source, but will never ever do that in front of this love coach. This love coach will be never ever be able to control and rule divine feminine. It is impossible. And if some videos or some photos was given to you, it's to infiltrate you and those who watch this, because there is something attached to it. But you will learn about it. You will learn about it. Divine feminine knows that you have succubus, incubus in you, and you can't resist certain things. It was a way to attack you and destroy you. Just take it like that. Keeping those photos or videos will just continue destroying you, and that's what you deserve. Sorry, this is a message to this love coach from this divine feminine. And I think he starts realizing that he's fucked up. He's really fucked up. And he can't escape from this. He will try new rituals at new moon. Actually, there is a ritual he started in, I think in June or July. Yeah, it was in June, maybe at Lion Gates or something like that. And it's a following up. He wants to accomplish it because he thinks he will get the soul of the divine feminine. You won't. Do you understand? Because divine feminine knows everything, and everything was destroyed. What you were building very slowly, actually it's undermined. So at the end, when you want to get to the end of these many months of preparation, so finally you can do the final ritual to obtain her soul, you will fail. You will see how fucked up you are. Actually, it will destroy your life. Do you understand? And this voodoo Jamaican bitch on your side, I'm telling you, this woman has cancer cells all over her body. So this dark witch, this love coach, try to transfer this sickness on divine feminine. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? This divine feminine is a cancer survivor. So when she was karmic, she already beat cancer. While this divine feminine, first of all, won't have this cancer in her body because she is protected. And also, even if she would get sick in any way, she has a way to get repaired. The body can be healed really fast because there are some entities who are healing her regularly. Because there were so many attacks on divine feminine that her human vessel was collapsing and very, very sick. And some divine entities continuously repairing and healing her body from these war wounds. Because she's like going in war. She has a brave nature. She's not afraid of anything. But when she retreats and goes to the source, human vessel is fucking destroyed. So the source sent divine entities to fix her human vessel. And you just can't measure up with that. And the source does not want this voodoo witch to get rid of cancer. This voodoo witch does not have soul neither. So exactly like this love coach. They have no soul. So please, divine feminine, divine masculine, don't start saying that this divine feminine is not divine but karmic, because attacking innocent people, because this is not the case. If this divine feminine doesn't take this voodoo witch, Jamaican bitch, and this love coach down, they will continue to hurt hundreds, if not thousands, of divine feminines. And they are very powerful, destroying divine feminines. They have to be taken out. And a mistake what they did, they came up against divine feminine, because that will destroy them totally. And if divine feminine will have physical damages in her body in a fight, they will be repaired and healed by divine. And she won't have any cancer. It's because this voodoo witch has a destiny to have this cancer. This cancer will stop her and take her out, her body out, because it's enough. What is enough is enough. This bitch killed many divine feminine, causing heart attacks, lung diseases, circular problems like thrombosis or any kind of blockages in the blood circulations, and even made many divine feminine crazy. This is many divine feminine's blood sticking to her hand, and source called a final judgment on her. And this judgment will be passed the next few days. I don't care what does she does, what does she wants. Honestly, it has no importance at all.